YouTube, welcome to Upside DIY. So I've got a few things to figure out. I made another light with this Velcro and stuff. So this is some of my exploring stuff. I go out and find free pickups and basically stay busy. There's some onions that I bought, and I kind of had it for a week without this cover. I think covering some of these cuttables, they start to grow a lot faster just because they get an atmosphere or carbon, but I might have to clean things up. But hopefully they sprout and stuff and I can put them in the garden. And the same thing with this situation. I found a small beetle and things, but I went and picked up some plums and I gave some water. It's got some water and all that stuff. So there's a lot of things, some good stuff and bad stuff, and things that I'm repairing. This should be at the end of the video, but I kind of just walked by it and just touching up. I actually don't have any footage of the cover being off this, and I've got some glue and some extra pieces of material. I'm kind of filling in any missed spots and stuff. It's not really a good job or anything because things aren't as even as the original and things. I'm going to have to probably, hope that, just the gasket just pinches on whatever I can. I'm going to, try to figure out if I should re-glue things, but the hinge still works. I actually hot glued when this came off, so I got to retouch up this little small hole and things. I'm not sure if I could put this back on, but hopefully, and I, epoxied and put everything back. So free pickups. But, going back to a few things, there's basically helmets and things. I actually like this visor on here. I don't really have a perfect helmet that I could kind of put, either like a rear view on this and things like that. Things like that would be useful, or even like a camera or a flashlight. It's pretty decent. It just needs a few things for the foam and just getting used to, I think. So got this here. But yeah, I would really like to test this pressure chamber eventually, but it's just these things cost, well, not this one exactly, but they can range from 40 to 80, even more. Just depends on the size and accessories, release valves, and eventually I get to show off some of my really good stuff. Like I got the stroller, it's really clean and stuff, so I might make an adventure outdoor type of situation. Roll around suitcase. I got a free oven and stuff at the end or beginning of buy this, and this is an aquarium light that needs a power adapter. Probably needs a 9.6 volt DC with the right plug. So it kind of says 9.6 volts right there, or it's actually 12 volts but watts. So I kind of find a few things. That little small plastic ball with next to the cameras was actually a small bowling, kids little small bowling. I found a few aquarium pickups, some vacuum pieces. I think I got a heater, some gravel right there. So, and with that light, I picked up this cover. I could have got a big aquarium and things, but there's a gravel filter. I also got an air pump, so pretty valuable stuff for most hobbyists and things. I'm not sure, and a complete small mini aquarium, and this cover, I'm planning to turn it into like a PC type of situation, maybe. It just depends, but there's a lot of stuff to work on, or I might not even. So yeah. I should have just left this, but that light and stuff, pretty much there's a lot of stuff. I found a generic Boost phone. This had a 4 gigabyte, missing the SSD, so missing the back cover, but I'm kind of interested in a lot of PC stuff. Um, for parts, for repairing my old devices and stuff. Seems useful, but I guess I'll talk you guys through some of my PC problems. My laptop, there's like screens and stuff, and even phones that are kind of slow. This laptop, the password or the keyboard stopped working, or some of the keys, so I might, some of the letters in my password doesn't work. This is a 2012 2013 hard drive. So, and then I've got another Windows 10 that the boot ROM, which is probably with the CPU and stuff like that, it starts to crash basically. So just helping any lookers and subscribers to my channel, just trying to figure out what I've been trying to do on higher you know higher level. I would think is um just working on probably taking out these hard drives and then getting like a docking station, and then backing up stuff to a large hard drive. Like a 10 terabyte is at least $120, which is a pretty good deal. I've been looking at hard drives and docking stations, even a new laptop and stuff. For now, I found a pretty good quad core for $80. This one right here, docking station, and that laptop, $80. It's quite a, and then extra hard drive. So it, getting the right stuff. Even looking up for my spare phones. The one I'm recording with right now is actually like $90. A backup phone, and then another phone is like $120. So 90, but like a YouTube channel, and just, but that's most of my main update. This these laptops. So I've got two laptops and or two spare hard drives, this and that. So I've got to really work on that, since they're just my high end projects. I also have the pressure chamber and the aquarium stuff. So they're all high end hobbies. It's just I just have to just kind of navigate through. Took apart also a small Craftsman 2.5 gallon. So I've got the motor out of this. I found where the short was. So got probably 4 things to fix. And kind of right here in the kitchen, I kind of keep this little cubby corner. This one right here, I cut off the, but there's a wire that actually needs to be soldered on, so you can kind of see that. So I found where the bad connection was. So, and this I tried this soldering pen and stuff, and it's not hot enough. So I gotta work with a really strong soldering iron. And also like cutting off this wire. I didn't have to at first, but things pulled apart. I saw that things were soldered, and then something like that. But when you plug in the vacuum, the positive it is on, and then there's just basically the switch, and it connects negative to negative. That completes the circuit. So it's really basic electronics and stuff. But I kind of found. But this is a pretty big motor and things. I could probably use it for a few things, for grinding or polishing and stuff, things like that. So I got spare parts, basically a spare motor part. Upside DIY. So I got a few things. It's actually the 4th of July today. Switched over. This was for the yellow camera. This is going to be like a hand camera with a handy light with auto zoom, and also, well, can't do it on this one, but even on this one, it's going to be for mostly like a helmet camera and things. I think it's pretty, it would have been useful. I could also add a harness to this for the wrist. So but I kind of meant like that I need to add Velcro to so I could attach it. But I got a little small clip somewhere, and I've got, so I kind of found it right there. So this could actually loop through these little plastic pieces, and it doesn't go like this, but it clips in, and it's kind of on backwards. But I could also clip this clip to something around like a neck chain. So I got something like this hanging on the door, and this will make a pretty decent like camera. So go ahead and show off a few other things. I'm actually organizing, sorting some stuff out. I'm probably going to use this suitcase that I repaired earlier in the year, or at the end of 2024. And then I've got some more of the other LEDs that I got for the holidays last in 2024 and stuff. I've got these other lights and stuff, a tripod. But these flashlights, I kind of need to actually use these more indoor, these lenses that I've been putting in. So I've got these set up for like a helmet camera, but I might even use the helmet camera more indoors for a point of view or something. So I've been like connecting it to like a headlight. So I've got another headlight right here. So I've been tucking the flashlight inside the band so that, and then I turn it on, and then it gives me really good lighting for what's in front of me and stuff when I'm working. Final finish, I use the wood glue. It's pretty much not tacky, I think. It might be underneath, but how fluid the glue was, it basically soaked in. It just depends. I did 4 of the heels, and then I used shoe goo for the most part. Shoe goo works pretty good, I think, for heel and mixing in the paint. I think I could also sand this if I had, So I'm kind of the other pair, and I just well, I do have paracord. And some shoes, yeah, this might, some shoes like this, I don't, for golf, found some golf shoes, but looks pretty much useful, I think. If clean these up, maybe I might just keep them as is, but there are some pretty small laces that I need for one of what I'm going to do. So here's the other shoe. Alright, so I silicone these laces. I put them somewhere. I need to show off the gluing. First pair that I wanted to try to use the green glue for, but it just stayed tacky. I tried to use green glue or mainly shoe goo is what I have for now on some of these repairs, and just try to organize, or get this situated. I also show off one pair of shoes. Basically, kind of curious about this pair of shoe. I did quite an extensive review on this, and what I used was the shoe goo, and it actually works pretty good for the heel when it dries and stuff. So I mean, this is, and then I've got another pair that I've got to redo, but this one actually came off. So sometimes these repairs, especially with the shoes, things are just, not always like as I would expect, or something like that, depending on. And the same thing with this. This actually has clear epoxy on it and stuff. It lasted a little bit, but there's still some wear and stuff that I can't really avoid yet without just buying a whole new shoe, or just going for just using the pair, going to just walk. Or for now, I think I kind of needed to make this video just to